Okay, so I want to talk to you about what happened in the crypto market yesterday. Today is October 11th, 2025. So yesterday we had a huge sell-off. What happened? Okay, to make a long story short, this is what went down. China put export controls on their rare earths. This means it limits everybody's ability to manufacture batteries, AI processors, and all kinds of military applications and defense systems. It's a big deal, and they're not just controlling the exports for the US, it's worldwide. So in response to this, Trump issued a 100% tariff on China. And in response to that, China pulled out of the crypto market, which is why we saw a very fast sell-off. That was intentional, and that was to send a message. I've been a crypto investor for many, many years now. I don't know if I've ever seen a sell-off that big so fast. I have not been able to buy Algorand at 17 cents a coin since April. And I did yesterday, so I was very happy about it. And today it's already up to 19 cents, so I'm not worried about it. I also tried to buy Say at 18 cents a coin, but my order did not go through. I did get it to go through for 22 cents, which I was a little disappointed about, but whatever. I mean, it's still under, the 28, 29 cent, 30 cent range that it's been in for a while. I also bought Pyth at 11 cents a coin. That was a gem. I bought ICP in the $3 range. That was awesome. I also bought a little bit Tensor as well, so that was good. And it's really, really interesting to see where China's money was, what cryptos it affected, and how much did it affect that specific crypto. I would think if an entire country sold off all their crypto, it would have affected the market a little bit more than it did. And we're already seeing a big recovery. Okay, so let's talk about tariffs and how they work and what's going to happen in the future with this and how it's going to affect crypto. So I used to be the accounting manager for a customs broker many, many, many moons ago. And what a customs broker is in the US is they file the paperwork for imported freight so that way it can pass through customs. And that's where a tariff is assigned, which results in a duty tax. I still know a lot of people in the logistics industry, and I know exactly what's happening right now. So here's what's going on. Importers are importing containers full of freight. By the time it gets to the US, the tariff rate has changed, which means they have to pay a ridiculous amount of duty, which is the import tax. People and companies cannot afford this, so what they're doing is they're sending it back to China. It tends to be cheaper for them to send the full container back to China rather than pay the 100% tariff. And then the ports at China get so clogged up that they don't know what to do. And it's just a big mess. And there's a big part of me that feels bad for the importers because it takes about 3 months for a container to be shipped via ocean freight from China to the US. So they're ordering goods expecting to pay a certain amount of money in tax, and then when it gets there, they got to pay, quadruple that. So it starts to become a big problem. What this does, though, is it puts pressure on China to negotiate because importers from the US totally just stop buying goods altogether. Things are not going to stay like this for long. President Trump and President Xi are going to make up. They're going to come to a deal, and everything is going to kind of go back to a little bit more normalcy. And here's the thing too, just because China pulled out of the crypto market doesn't mean that there's not a plan to get about $1 trillion into the crypto market all at once to create the bull run. And I do feel like there's a master plan with this. And if anything, this big sell-off from China probably accelerated the chances of a bull run. And it's like a pride thing. It's like an ego thing. Trump's not going to want our markets to suffer because of China. He wants to prove that we don't need him for anything. Okay, so let's talk about numerology for a little bit. This happened on 10/10. And last month, on the 10th, we experienced a tragedy in the United States with the loss of Charlie Kirk. And that was exactly a month prior to this big crypto crash. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens on November 10th. I have a feeling it's going to be a better month. So if you're a crypto investor, don't even worry. Just buy more crypto. The market is not going to stay like this for long. This is a huge opportunity right now to make some fast cash. This could very well trigger some institutional buys, like some big, big, big ones coming up here soon. So just hold tight. I've got a really, really good feeling. And I'm going to be talking a lot more about this in my mid-month update right here that I'll be posting on the 15th of the month. So make sure you join and check that out. This is not financial advice. This is my psychic prediction and my personal opinion. Thank you for watching. Have a nice day.